So maybe I'll go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
So apparently, I heard like a story from my parents. Should I look at you or at camera?
I can look at movie.
I think my parents said like in preschool or something before kindergarten, like I used to take the Lego heads and like pop them off and make like a totem pole with all the Lego heads. So I think like from the beginning, it's always been kind of like about heads or something. I've always like drawn this like one head like over and over again, like this bald kind of dude. Maybe it comes from Legos, I don't know. But yeah, so like throughout high school, I'd draw like, that would be like the cover for my band and stuff like that. And I just like, I always drew like the same head over and over again, and it kind of changed, you know, and maybe one day I'd give it a hat or something like that, and then, or like some sunglasses or a visor or something like that. And then slowly it's like, oh, the world starts to build and stuff like that. At my old school at Northeastern, I took like an intro drawing class, and for that I made like a comic book. I guess before that I made like an animation for this one class about like how I'm feeling about college, and I was like feeling kind of crazy, and that was like a autobiography kind of thing, and that got me pretty excited about like drawing cartoons. And then I took the drawing class, and I had this sketchbook, and I kind of kept going with that, and something was just kind of exciting about that. And then for the end of that class, I made a comic book, and I put it together, and like I didn't even have staples at first, just the two sheets folded, and I like gave it to people, and people were like, "Oh, this is cool," and stuff like that. And it was just really fun to pass it out. And eventually I transferred here, and just kept drawing the cartoons, maybe spending more time on them, making them more complicated and stuff, like more like, just like elaborate, like continuation of the heads or something like that. And yeah, and I made another comic for that. Remember Processing Magazine with Brian? Were you Processing Magazine? Brian Singh. But he was like, "Do you want to make something?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." I was working on like this comic with like these dancers would come out of this person's head, and yeah. So then that was another comic, and then I made like a third one, and then this is like the fourth one. So. And every time it's been fun just like give them out and like maybe show it at a thing. Show it as many, like sometimes you get like a couple opportunities to show it. You know, there's like like the Ankh has like a gallery show, or some students putting an exhibit together. So you get like a couple opportunities to show your comic. And what's cool about comics is like, it's not just like you draw it and you're done, but like you make it and you can kind of keep making it and distribute it like as much as it wants to go, you know what I mean? So you can kind of take it to as many people as possible, and then before you move on to the next one. So it seems like an efficient way to like keep passing the stuff on and stuff. Matthew, what's up? Hey, thank you. Yeah. Oh, I guess so. Oh yeah, I got this robot from KG.
It's a gift?
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
Fits. Does it light up?
Yeah, it's like makes sparks.
Wow, that's...
And then at the same time, I feel like I was like reading a lot of comic books. It all started with this guy, Yoshihiro Tatsumi, this guy from the 60s. And I was at like Northeastern one day. I was like feeling all crazy, just like wandering. It was a weird time in Boston. But I was at the library, and I swear, like Cameron, I like pulled the book out of the shelf, and it was like Tatsumi, like The Pushman and other short stories. I recommend it. It's really good. The Pushman. And he's like this Japanese manga artist from the 60s, and it's part of, he calls his work like gekiga. It's like this like dark, like serious work. It's like about like the working class people, and like one guy becomes like chops his own arm off to get the insurance money. It's like really kind of intense stuff. But the cartoons are like just so beautiful. and like his drawing style. So I think that kind of started the comic, got it rolling and stuff. And I read a bunch of other people like Dan Clowes and Michael DeForge is really cool, other cool guys. But then, oh my God, I found Yuichi Yokoyama, who's like a guy now doing stuff. And if you look at like all the cartoons that I draw now, like he was kind of doing like he'd already been doing like these like the variations on like heads. Like he just had like a bunch of just like kind of guys who kind of looked like my guys. So I'm sure he's been doing it for years, and like just he'd make as many like variations on faces as possible. Like he'd just have like the face would just be like 2 rectangles or something, and like a mouth that goes inward. And just like have all the whatever. So I latched onto that, and there's like a couple videos of him online drawing, of like using these like stencils of like circles and like oval templates, and like with that he just draws in this light box, and he can draw like any kind of shape that he wants, like train cars and like in like this kind of cool perspective style. And so I really like, I was like, that's it. That's awesome. I don't know, I always like kind of like sculptures and stuff like that too. And similar idea of like, you got like the one, just like the human head or something. And then, you could maybe I'll make it out of wood, or I'll make it out of like chicken wire or something like that. And then try to grow it that way. Just like if I think of like a variation, I'll just make that variation, see where that goes. And sometimes they influence the next one and stuff like that. Like the leaf guy was like the same as the wood guy. Same like structure and stuff, just with like leaves. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe that helps. Yeah. I like making the big one that's up there, because it was like, mostly when that one, like I put it together in my studio, it was like big, and I was like cracking up. It was like, oh my God. Like it's just so, it's like, oh. The drawing is always like kind of slower and stuff, and then I finish it and it's like, oh yeah, nice. I hang it up, and that it looks like satisfying. But I think like the sculptures are kind of satisfying in like a different way. It's like it's done. It's like, oh, you could like walk around it. Oh, that's cool. Something like that. Or it's like it feels good when I sewed up the couch person or something like that. So I remember at the beginning kind of feeling like stressed out about it and stuff, and being kind of like tired working. But by like the last month or so, like when the thesis started going up, then it was kind of like it just started like moving faster and faster till like the opening, till like when I had to set up and stuff. And I don't know, something about that has been nice. Like less time just being like thinking about it, like is this good and stuff, and it just like and like just kind of rolling, and then just trying to I'll do this today, more like maybe be more calm about like making the stuff, rather than like feeling like stressed out before. It felt there's like more to do now, but also felt like kind of calmer about it. Talking about it seems a little easier, that too. Like the beginning, or at least the beginning of like started drawing comics is like, I can't explain any of this, so I can't say anything. So, but now it's like a little more like, oh yeah, I think it's like about this or something. So for a while I had like some story about like a robot or a person who's like friends with their computer, and then the computer like, it's like this really like crazy story, but I didn't really draw anything of it. It started with that, this person who's like friends with their computer. Maybe I'll go back to that, because that sounds kind of interesting to like draw out. But so I guess this one started like kind of, I made a poster for my band, the Draculas, with friends band Meg. We were playing like a show, and I was like a person in this like suit. I'd been like drawing this person for a while, and then through that I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I drew like, and then I built the leaf person. I was like, maybe I should just build the actual suit itself. And before, at my old school, I built this head with like a little city coming out of it, and I like kind of covered it in like pine needles. And this was kind of that idea, but I'll just put it on the suit this time, or like this blocky figure. And then it was like, oh, maybe I'll make the person in like another variety or something like that. Hey, thank you. Oh, good to see you. I don't remember what came after that one, but some order, maybe another wood one, and then like the wire one, built on top of the wood one, and then PVC, and then yeah, just kind of went like that, and kept drawing at the same time, trying to make like a story with like what it's kind of about. And I tried to come up with a couple things like in the like some of the drawings on the window, like were from like earlier thoughts of what I had, like at first I thought there was like the story was like there's a big guy, and the big guy grows like little versions of the suit, like tree leaves, and then they fall down like that, and then people are on the ground, kind of like maybe they do like a ritual with the suit, and then like juggle in front of it or something, like kind of perform or like paint it, and then like the suit, if like they did the ritual right, the suit would pop open, and they get into it, and then like climb in, and then walk back to the big guy and climb back up the tree. That was like the first story. So I made some drawings, like if you see this one, that's like those two people are trying to figure out like maybe what the suit wants or something, and the other guy is kind of listening, something like that. So there's that story, and then the other story from the comic kind of came later about this person who like misses their friends, and then so they build the suits as like kind of representing their old friends, and then they get some actors to play the old friends in wearing the suits. They're all like started as like drawings, like pencil and ink, and then took a picture of them, brought them into Photoshop, tried to like clean up a little bit, and then printed on this transparent paper, the Epson crystal clear transparency film. And then we have some printers at the GDS where they let you, like, you can print like really long sheets. Like this one's the same kind of method, but on canvas. So it's like a drawing and then printed from a photograph, kind of like blown up. Oh, and the colors too are like, you know when like you're like painting your house or something, and you go to Home Depot and you see all like the color swatches, like, so I like cut the drawing and then put it behind, and then took a picture of that. So it's like, those are like pieces of colored paper. Yeah, I thought they kind of looked nicer than the Photoshop colors, a little more like real or something. Yeah, so that was like an animation using this light box, and each guy, so it's all just like that one person just spinning on a loop. It's like a couple frames of that, and I was trying to figure out how to like rotate it in like the perspective and stuff. So there's like maybe like 30 frames or something, and then brought it into Premiere, and then so each one is like a video, right? And like identical video, and basically like I made the closer ones go down the screen faster and the farther ones go slower, and just kind of put it all together on like and it loops after like 3 minutes or something. And that's that one. Yeah. So I had my advisors, definitely Keiji Shinohara, probably the most. I'd like go see him, just like in his office. I'd run, tell him an idea, and he'd be like, "What are you, crazy or something?" Or like, "Oh, that's good," you know what I mean? So that was definitely helpful, and he'd always have like time or like to talk about it and some thoughts. So that was good. He was like there the whole time. So shout out Keiji. Thank you, Keiji. And also Chris Chenye was my other advisor. And I same kind of thing, talked to him about it, like, do you have this kind of technology and stuff? Because he's like the digital guy. But also I feel like, talked to my friend Isaac Price Slade about it, and he was helpful for just thinking about like, because he was working on a music thesis, and we'd like talk about each other's things, and they seemed to kind of relate, like come up with like maybe like a challenge for yourself. Like he was saying like, what if you made a comic where like you could rearrange the panels, like 3 panels or something, and it would work in any order, but have like a different like meaning with each order, and just stuff like weird like challenges like that. That's fun to talk about. And my other friend Will Hemingway, I'd like definitely talk to him about the scroll and like the music. He's like, yeah, that'd be good. And he was really encouraging about that, and like he's like, yeah, I think that would work, and gave me a lot of like ideas. Putting like people outside, he like left them out there. That was like a combination of some people's ideas. So yeah, it's definitely been like influenced by a ton of people. I think there's a plant on this side. It's kind of like that grass is like like the grass you get in like the sushi containers. You know that fake grass? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Stuff like that. It's like, oh yeah, that looks kind of like it. Yeah. Or that, or like maybe like this. That's like something people do, and it's like, oh, that would be cool. Putting up this one is just scary. I thought I was like gonna die. Like I was like holding with the lift, and I was a little like, I don't know, is it worth it to fall off the lift? I don't know. They're all pretty light. Like you could, like one person could lift them. Like the leaf one's kind of delicate, but you could lift it like this pretty easily. The couch is probably the heaviest one. Yeah.
Yeah, how did you do that?
Someone like left a couch out on our street, and we like it was like in the rain, so it's kind of gross, but
Yeah, I was smelling it.
it's okay, right? It's like a little on the way out maybe, but so all right, take it easy, visitors. But yeah, so it's like an old couch, and like I chopped it up and like used a sewing machine. Kate taught me how to sew. That was cool. Yeah.
Do you imagine continuing this project, like working specifically more with these people?
I think so, yeah. There was like in you know in Exley, there's like the Shelly, the dinosaur.
Yeah.
There's like that other dinosaur with the crazy teeth, that like the giant head,
Yeah.
and it was like name me, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With like maybe like a QR code or something. And I was like, name me. That's like something for the next project. I don't know. There's something about name me. That's kind of weird.
Do you have individual names for all of these people?
No, I don't. That's the other thing. Like this person doesn't have a name. Like, and
Do any of them have names?
I don't think so. Yeah. Yeah. They might though. It's just been like really like nice to meet people and stuff, and like that kind of seems like what it's turned into. It turns into like something like just like using it to like make new friends and stuff. Something about like I named it "Made My Friends" because this person's like building their old friends and stuff. But something about like friendship and stuff. It's like about that. I don't know. And that's kind of becoming apparent. But it seemed like it was always about that too. But now it's like just like sitting here and like meeting people. It kind of like keeps growing like that. Or I don't know. Yeah. At Northeastern, I felt like I knew all these like kind of lone wolf characters, like a bunch of or some people had friend groups, and I'd go hang out with them and stuff. But a lot of my friends were like kind of these like really solo kind of people, like my friend Quentin and my friend Takezo and this, Sebastian. Just these people who'd like roam around and like live in their own cool worlds and stuff. And you go and hang out and like, yeah, it seemed like. Yeah, I met a lot of people like that. Here, it's like everyone's kind of knows each other and stuff, and so I don't know. And one of my friends from Northeastern came and visited to see the show, and that was cool. I feel like kind of like starting in drawing one. I just realized like if you want to like make a good drawing or like a drawing you're kind of happy with, it's just like you just kind of keep drawing and erasing until it looks like something that you want.
Yeah.
And there's like nothing else, right? And it's like a lot of like, yeah, I'll just keep gluing these leaves until it looks like the thing. And it's like you don't know when it's gonna end. And at some point, it's like you kind of stop even like worrying about like, oh yeah, how many hours are left and stuff. You just kind of, or like stapling. It's like, but eventually it's like I'm not gluing the leaves anymore, and I'm not like stapling anymore. So like eventually you finish. It's weird, you know? Like you just like, that's why I feel weird. It's like, I don't know, I call it a he or something or she. No, totally makes sense. Cause it's like, the first one I like, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want it to be like a man. So I like drew kind of like, like breasts on it. Sorry, that's kind of weird. And I was like, is that weird? I don't know. But that's another weird part. It's like maybe try to figure out a way that's even more just like it's just like a person. I don't know how you do that, you know? Because everyone's kind of like that shape. I don't know. So that's another question. Hava, man, what's up? Scooby-Doo. I put 2 secret comics in the Owen library comic section. Hey, Grace. Oh, you could walk through. Yeah, no problem. It's like they're probably chopped up and stuff. So here, you want a comic book? Sure. Yeah. No staple. Yeah, the motor burnt out. Lava. Oh.
It was supposed to be like a.
Yeah. So a tragedy, but perhaps this is a new form of entertainment.
So I would like get through half.
Right.
Does that have to continue explaining over and over again?
Yeah.
But like I've gotten better at like figuring out how to articulate.
Right. That's like